All right, we're going to get started. Congratulations if you're here and you remembered that it's Tuesday. It is it's hard to come right off that long Labor Day weekend and remember. I had to remind myself several times today what day it actually was. But I knew we were talking tonight because I'm really excited to conclude our 3-week series that we are part of. Love having you guys here, and we'll have lots of time for questions at the end as we get going, but I want to lay out some specific things for you tonight. So if you have a pen or paper or your planner or calendar, I think you'll find that helpful. So just as a reminder, kind of where we've been and what's to come. Couple of weeks ago, we started talking about cleansing and detoxification and how toxins impact our metabolic health and how it's all kind of intertwined and why we have to be looking to eliminate toxins and support those processes. Last week, only a few days ago, we talked about doTERRA oils and products, and specifically a brand new metabolic line doTERRA is releasing next week that will really enhance our body's ability to avoid toxins and increase health within our metabolic system. And tonight, I want to lay out for you a proposal per se. I want you to consider joining with us at the end of this month for a 30-day challenge, and it's two-part. I mean, there's probably lots of parts to it, but part of it is using doTERRA's new MetaPower line, really establishing a foundation with the foundational 5 that we talked about last week, and then really finding ways to up level our lifestyle and decrease the amount of toxins that we are engaging with, because I think that's really the only way to get maximum results is if we stop the crazy train of toxin onslaught to our body and then allow our metabolic system to heal and repair. And so I'm going to show you what that will look like, and then you get to decide. But tonight, then at the very end, we're going to take all of the names from the list here. I don't see Stacy on yet, so I'm hoping that she will be. I might send her a quick message, but she's typically been grabbing all of our names. I have them all in a spinner, and we'll draw it live tonight. So give me just a second, make sure she's coming, and then we'll keep moving here. So here's a little bit more of a detailed recap. If you're just joining tonight for the first time, I doubt you are, but just in case, I want to be sure that you understand what we went through. But the first 2 weeks were recorded. Those recordings are available and can be watched at any time if you want to catch up. But the first week, we talked so much about the design of our body, the design of our detoxification pathways, how our metabolic health and system is all built and works together. We talked about detoxing, how we're doing that on a regular basis, that it's normal for us, and limiting toxins is something that everyone needs to be looking at. Okay. Stacey won't be on tonight. I'm wondering who maybe Christy Clark could help me out, grabbing everyone's name that's on live and sending them to me in an email, and then I'll put them in the spinner. Hopefully, I can't see you, Christy, so maybe text me if that's going to be a problem. And then remembering that our environment causes interference. So we have to eliminate what we're encountering. Otherwise, we're going to continue to be in a frustrating cycle. Toxins interfere with our metabolic health. We looked at a research study that talks about that. Metabolic health and biological age are inseparable. Specifically, our glucose plays a huge role in that. When our glucose spikes, we age. And so doTERRA has spent 3.5 years taking a look at what that actually means for our body, and if there is a way to reverse that or level it out or impact that, could we do that with essential oils and natural products? And so they're saying yes. That's what we talked about last week in length, ways to level out that process, support our metabolic health, specifically with what God made. So I hope that was fun for you to learn about those products. I really just touched the tip of the iceberg because I'm also learning with you. I have only had limited access to these products, meaning I've tried the Advantage powder one time time. I've tried a beadlet. I've smelled the oil. That's about it. All of us will have access in September and October. And then last week, we talked very specifically about those products, the Lifelong Vitality, the Terrazyme, and PB Assist, which was probably a review for a lot of you. But good for us to understand that foundational 5 that all of us who've been around doTERRA for a while are taking regularly. I love this quote that kind of sets the stage as we move forward here by Jim Rohn. It says, "Your life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change." And so that's what we have to remember. This information is hopefully helpful and awesome, but it will do absolutely nothing for you if I don't help propel you towards a change. And if you don't determine that you are willing to make a change, they don't have to be massive or scary. I mean, it can be very simple, and that's what I want to lay out for you here. So here is what I'm proposing for a 30-day challenge. It would involve that foundational 5, the Lifelong Vitality. So you've got the whole foods vitamins, the essential fatty acids, the cellular complex blend, cellular vitality blend, sorry. And then you've got the PB Assist, that probiotic, the Terrazyme, which is the digestive enzymes, making sure you're absorbing your nutrition, so key. And then we would add in the MetaPower products. So 2 of them, the Metabolic Assist that we talked about, remember the roller coaster we talked about last week that happens as we're eating meals, especially if we're snacking all day long. Our glucose is on a constant roller coaster. And so what MetaPower Assist is designed to do, be taken with food, 1 to 3 capsules every meal, specifically, big meals, but honestly, any meal. And that's designed to level those out, to be a more flat line. And that can dramatically impact our vitality. And then the second product that we'd be taking regularly is the Advantage Collagen with the NMN. Remember we talked about NMN last week? Nicotinamide mononucleotide, that naturally occurring molecule in our body that is the precursor to NAD. And NAD is what is required for energy production in our body, and it decreases after the age of, I don't know, teens to 20s. So lots of us have been on the decline for a while. But the NMN and the NAD work together to create ATP. That might be something you're a little bit more familiar with. ATP production, that's what captures the energy in your body, and that from the energy that we get from breaking down our food, right? And then it shuttles that energy to places within our body where the energy consuming activities are taking place. So you've got to have ATP and NMN to create that NAD. And so that's that wood, that's the fire to our body. Anyway, that's your little crash course reminder. That's that collagen. That's something that we're taking every single morning. It's a powder that you'll mix with water. And then a reminder for all of the other products are really just used on an as needed basis throughout the day to help curb cravings and support your metabolic pathways. So, so you can be diffusing the oil, you can be taking the beadlets, you can be swallowing the soft gels, and then chewing the satiety gum. So I'm really, really excited for the gum. I was just talking with my sister-in-law this weekend. We were sitting out on the deck, and it's like you have lunch and my brain just goes immediately to, do I have anything chocolate, honestly, in my cupboard that I could go get right now? And that's when I would love to just have a piece of that gum and just be able to chew on that for a little bit. So anyway, this is the regimen on the side. In the morning, you'd be doing 4 of the products. At noon, just the Terrazyme and Assist. And then in the evening, the same setup followed with that PB Assist on an empty stomach before bed. So this is a checklist that we can get to you and you can use so you can stay on track for those changes. The other part of this challenge, I want to make it really, really action oriented. So much of our education is information, and that makes sense, right? We have to know before we can do, but I really want to hold your hand, lock arms, and say, okay, let's actually do this together. And so if we break it up into 3 weeks over 30 days or 3 10-day periods, then we can really tackle this. So we can go into toxins within our food. what do we need to be eliminating to avoid processed, toxic chemical ingredients that are absolutely impacting our weight loss, our energy, and all of those things. I want to teach you the things that I've learned over the last 15 years. We did pieces of this throughout the last few cleanses that we've done. We did some breakout classes, but I want to walk you through it on a more bite-sized version over 10 days. And then how do we actually like up level our lifestyle within our home? How do we get rid of toxins in our home? So many of us know that we shouldn't be using certain products, but we just haven't had someone say, it's time, and give you the ideas and give you the options, and then give you the community and the motivation behind actually making those simple swaps and changes. So I just had someone message me today, what are the recipes that you're using in your home right now currently to clean your home? And I'm like, so I sent them to her, and I want to give those to you in bite-sized pieces and give you little daily challenges to start flipping things over in your home. And then finally, sometimes we forget about this piece, but I think this is really what holds us back ultimately, maybe even from those first two categories, making significant change. And that is toxic mindsets, limiting beliefs, things we've been told, stinking thinking, we like to call it. And so I'm hoping to pull in some professional perspectives as well as just some tried and true ways that we're able to tackle limiting beliefs, toxic thinking in our minds. And then we're going to have a focus on movement throughout. Of course, it's necessary, especially in the realm of metabolic health. And then we're going to do that through a level of community. I'm going to explain that here in just a few minutes. So here would be your shopping list for the 30-day challenge if you were going to participate. Colorful fruits and veggies. There is not an easier time to get a hold of colorful fruits and veggies. My kids are obsessed with having the rainbow on their plate. They think that's so cool. And I secretly am like, awesome. So tonight we had all the colors of the rainbow except for purple. I guess I couldn't pull a purple together. But we had red, orange, yellow, green, blue. And so they had cucumbers and peppers and grapes and blueberries. And I think I had some sweet potato chips in there for the orange. So that's just something that we can help you focus on. So colorful fruits and veggies are everywhere right now. It'll be so simple for you to do that. Fresh filtered water, not only just essential for you adding your essential oils to drinking throughout the day, but that's what you'll be mixing your advantage in. And then you'll be doing that either in a shaker bottle, or if you have ever done any Google searching or Amazon searching, you can see they've got little battery powered handheld frothers or beverage mixers. It's what I keep seeing people use. There's just a quick zzz, and then it just blends everything up. Remember, our advantage doesn't have any emulsifiers or preservatives in them. And so they're not going to just like mix with a spoon. You're going to have something, and it could just be in a glass bottle. I've seen people do that too. Just like you could go to Walmart and get the little Voss water bottles. Have you seen those? They're glass. Just a really easy thing to shake. So it wouldn't even have to cost you any money. And then remembering the foundational 5, lifelong vitality, those 3 bottles, the Terrazyme PB Assist, and then the Meta Power metabolic line. Now, I want to be clear. You could be a part of our challenge without any of the products. You really can do this and see change in your life by just limiting toxins, getting more movement in your body, creating some community that you can be accountable to. Those first 2 things, fruits and veggies, filtered water, I bet you're probably consuming those or have a desire to anyway. And so you can literally do this challenge for $0. But if you want mega results from the ones that I'm seeing from my peers who are already using these products, from the ones that we have already experienced through lifelong vitality and that foundational 5, I can't encourage you enough to invest in you this fall as we head into a season where we're inside and out of the sun and with people, and typically not without being sick occasionally. I just think, wow, what a gift you could give your body to really increase health right at the beginning of that season. Now, that being said, again, you could do it with just lifelong vitality, Terrazyme, and PB Assist, or just MetaPower. But remember, we talked about last week how those 2 will work in tandem with each other. You've got micronutrients and macronutrients. So you've got the foundation for filling in the gaps in your nutrition, and then the metabolic line is just on top of that in the way that interacts. Really nothing overlaps. There's no digestive enzymes, there's no probiotics, there's not these things in the MetaPower line. So I just want to be clear there. So, what would be some of your questions? I thought these might be some, but please throw any more in the chat. I would love this to be a place where you're just tossing out all the what ifs with me. I'd love to go through them. One might be you would want to know if you could participate if you're pregnant or nursing. And normally we have some modifications when we use cleanse products and different kind of challenges we've done in the past. But for this would actually be encouraged if you were pregnant or nursing. And so that's why I'm so excited about this time, is because a lot of pregnant mamas that I encounter actually have trouble with their blood sugars. And so this is going to be like amazing. And what all I would recommend is that you take in that foundational 5. And if you want to take in the other products, you can to your provider and have them go through it. But doTERRA has a medical advisory panel that includes an OBGYN, family practice docs. I was just on a call with them last week, and they themselves are giving the thumbs up and the go ahead. In fact, encouraging pregnant mamas to be pursuing that. I took the Lifelong Vitality as prenatals, so it wouldn't be something you'd have to take on top of. It would replace. And the Terrazyme and PB Assist is the only way you keep your digestive tract normal when you're pregnant. So I think it'll just be so amazing for you. Nursing, there's no contraindications for nursing. This will be an awesome thing for you to have more energy and less brain fog. Oh my gosh, I would give anything to go back and do a couple of those postpartum periods over with these types of products. And then the question is, can my kids participate? Normally we always say yes, and it's not that they won't participate with you. I mean, I hope that you're including them in the movement part of this, that you're that they're joining in with you in all of these lifestyle changes. But none of the products outside of the Terrazyme is really something we recommend for kids. You could do a little bit of a kids modification with the Kids A to Z and the XE Omegas and the Terrazyme and the PB Assist Junior if you want, but none of the MetaPower products are really designed for anyone under the age of, I don't know, 15, 16, something in that range. So how do you stay on track with all the supplements every day? Well, it's less than most challenges and cleanses that we do. The awesome thing is those beadlets will be simple. The powders will be simple. The rest of it, you've got to have it laying out in front of you. You've got to have a checklist that you're marking every single day. And then the daily accountability, which I'll explain, will help so much. Why is the LLV so many pills? That is something that someone almost always asks me when they start the Lifelong Vitality. We kind of addressed it a little bit last week. I just want to be clear that doTERRA wants your vitamins to be absorbed and actually used by the body. And so we could take all of those 4 capsules of the VMZ and we could put them all together and we could compress them in a compact pill, a 1 a day, you could say, and then your body just won't be able to break it down and absorb it. So that makes no sense. So we've just split it into sizable pills that are actually bioavailable and absorbable, and it happens to be 12 for a full dose. So what if you have problem swallowing pills? Then you're my best friend and we will hang out together. I actually have a video on this. I've taught myself to swallow pills. And it's still a challenge to this day, but it's something that I continually commit to. And so I want to help you. You can do it. And then how can I expect to feel? I don't expect that anyone will feel negative in any way. I shared with you some testimonials last week that are kind of mind blowing. They're honestly hard to believe, and I wouldn't blame you if you were skeptical a little bit. The only reason I feel so confident is because I actually know these people. They're doTERRA people that have been using these products for 30 days. And so, like McKay, I was sat on the same couch as her in November. Like Julie Haslam, I just saw when I was in Utah a couple of months ago. So it's just really awesome. I expect you to have less brain fog. I expect you to be more active because you feel like you have more energy during the day. And I hope that a lot of you are sleeping better. We've never really had any focus on weight loss before in any type of challenge or cleanse, but I think we're going to do that a little bit this time because I expect that you would be losing at least inches, if not pounds, while you're taking these products, especially because we're going to be focusing on those lifestyle upgrades, getting toxins out of our food, some of these things that absolutely inhibit the progress that some people want to see because we haven't really had a chance to dive in very deep on that end. So that's what I expect you to experience. Are there other questions that you have? Please throw them in the chat. I have a couple more slides, but I'll make sure to go back and grab them as you're thinking. I want to be clear that this is something that you get to do on your own. You get to set your own goals at your own pace. but there is going to be a level of accountability, and we'll do that through a platform and through some breakout classes and videos and things like that. And the reason for that is science research says that only 8% of people can actually achieve their goals. They set a goal. How many people actually achieve set goal by the time they say they will? 8%. So I would send 92% of you out into this challenge to fail if we didn't set up some kind of accountability. And it makes no sense for you to invest that kind of money and time and energy and resources into something like this without someone checking in with you. And so we want to do that. This quote means so much to me because this is really the foundation of Kristen's LDC and my essentially ADIO teams. We believe this. The power of community to create health is far greater than any physician, clinic, or hospital. And it's not that those pieces aren't valuable, the physician, the clinic, or the hospital, but it's just far greater impact when you're in it with someone day in and day out. And so I hope to create a little bit of that community with you, whether you live in Arizona or Michigan or Texas or South Dakota or Iowa or Minnesota or whatever, or Ohio. I see you, Heidi. So I think you're in Ohio. Anyway, I just want you to feel like there's someone that's got your back and is going to hold you accountable to what you want to be held accountable to. So here is a little bit more of the fleshed out details a little bit. If you're not a wholesale customer yet, I don't see really any of you on this call that don't already have a doTERRA account. But if you're sharing this with someone who doesn't and they want to join in with you, that's totally fine. Anyone can be a part of this. If they want to have the products right away, then they have to purchase a virtual convention viewing ticket, because that's when, that would be ideal for them anyway, because that will give them full access to all of the training and education on these products before we get started. Again, I just touched the surface of it. So, and then you would order your convention ticket through calling customer service after the products are released next Thursday, and they're actually going to waive the enrollment fee for those people. So you basically get your $35 convention viewing ticket refunded on some level, because you're not paying the enrollment fee to get started if you're purchasing the kit. So a reminder, as we talked about last week, that's heal.doterra.com where you can get that. If you're already a customer, you definitely don't have to have a virtual ticket, but if you want to start with us on September 26th, do you remember that date from last week? That is a slide I should have put in here. Maybe I'll pull that back up here in just a minute, but September 26th is a Monday. And that's when we're going to start this 30-day challenge. So if you want to start with us on day one, then the only way you're going to be able to get these MetaPower products is if you purchased a virtual convention viewing ticket at heal.doterra.com. And remember that it's on demand. You don't have to take the day off on that Thursday to learn about this, but then your account will give you access to purchasing a convention kit with all the MetaPower products. So that's the first option. Or you can wait until October 1st. That is totally okay. On October 1st, doTERRA will release that convention kit and allow customers to order it on the loyalty rewards program, which I know so many of you are obsessed with, likewise. And then you can join with us once your supplements arrive in week 2. In the past, we've done different levels or different phases of the supplements. This time it'll be the same for all 30 days. It'll be much less of a learning curve, which I think will help us. And that means people could jump in really at any time. So start with us on September 26th for all the lifestyle stuff that we're going to do together. But then as soon as you get your supplements October 1 or shortly after, then jump in with the supplements. And then you'll probably just continue a few days on past where we will. But I think that's okay. So I just wanted to give you that option and kind of let you decide what your budget allows and what you feel like is the best fit for you. And then a reminder, we're going to do some Zoom breakout classes on these topics: toxin-free food, toxin-free home, toxin-free mind. They might include other topics within metabolic health. We have access to so many people that have so much experience. I'd honestly love to pull together a couple of the people that have done the 30 days of MetaPower previous to it being released, have them share some tips. So anyway, there's a lot of ideas swirling, and I'll get those down on paper and get those dates to you. But the most important is that the start date on September 26th. And then we're going to be doing all of the accountability and updates through an amazing platform that everybody loves that I've included, and that's called My Event Cafe. So you sign up for a free account. It's not on Facebook or Instagram. You don't have to be part of social media. It's completely separate from that. And it actually will just text you a link every day to our content. So you jump over there, you get to read all the education, see what our challenge is, and then you get to comment just like a social platform, but not with all those notifications and all the things that distract you. So daily check-in, some education and accountability there. And then I just want you to know we like prizes. Obviously, we're giving away a whole kit tonight. So that's just the first. We have other oils and products and more things that we want to give you throughout the challenge to keep you excited and engaged. Hattie said wants to know if the individual MetaPower products will be released October 1st or just the whole kit. That's a good question. I reviewed that last week and I should have put that on this one as well. The MetaPower kit will be available October 1st as a kit, which is ideal for us because we're going to be using all the products for the challenge. If you want individual products, that will be November 1st. And so by the time you hit November 1st, you probably won't need to refill the soft gels, maybe not even the beadlets, maybe not the 15 ml oil. So you could just refill your Advantage or your Assist or whatever products you find are working the best for you. So that's November 1st that they'll be individual. Hopefully that answers your question. All right, that's it. That's it. So I need to double check. It looks like Christy has already emailed me. She's the best. Yay. So I'm going to get this loaded up. I'm going to actually stop the recording so that no one feels bad who's watching the recording, because we are going to draw for live winners tonight, and then we'll take any questions.